What's going on there, YouTube? Back again in the scale garage. I'm doing some work on my Toyotas. I know it's still a few months away, but I'm getting ready for USTE. So it's going to be bigger this year, and I've been talking with Rob about some of that stuff, and I'm looking at doing a class. I mentioned it once before in a video. I'm going to do a basic patina class. It's not going to be just smearing stuff on a truck. It's going to be paint and layers and how it all works. We're still working out details on it, and but check out the link below for the USTE website, and once the schedule is figured out, it'll all be posted there. And yeah, it's going to be a great event, and I'm excited to go back for my second time and contribute. So I don't just go out there to talk shop and show rigs and stuff. I go out there to actually crawl too, because the trails are freaking amazing. It blew me away. I didn't even have a clue what to expect, and that was way far beyond anything I could imagine. They've already started. This is July. They've already been starting designing the trails and working on stuff, so it's going to be even bigger, even better. So I got to get my rigs in order. So I've been working on my Toyotas lately. You've seen I've been doing some recent videos with the RC Model X truck. Now I bought that the week before I went to USTE this year, whatever year, 19. And it needed quite a bit of work, and we've been slowly going through it. And I've got that one working, running, driving, and I'm pretty happy with it. I just need to fine-tune suspension and the shocks and stuff like that. And you can see in the background, I'm actually in the middle of filming that video right now, so sneak peek to next week. That is my original Trailfinder 2, and it used to have the maroon Hilux body. That body got beat up pretty good at USTE last year. I lost a mirror, and it's time for a change. And I've been trying to find a home for my 4Runner, and I really want it to be a little more serious of a crawler. So I'm waiting on two more tires for that, and that video will be wrapped up and ready. So in the meantime, I got my old budget, pretty much stock Hilux out. Going through my bins and stuff, and I found some parts I'm going to put on it, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade to a Dean's connector on the speed controller, so we can go LIPO on this one. Trying to get everything over to LIPO slowly. I have a use coming up for this Tamiya connector, so we can still run nickel metal packs on some new things that are coming soon to the channel, and more on that later. But yeah, so we're going to get this thing updated a little bit. So let me show you what I've got. Since this is the budget build, we're still going to keep pretty stock. It's all leaf sprung. We've done some upgrades already. It's got pretty good servo, 35 turn can motor. It's going to stay brushed. Longer shock towers in the front. Good leaf setup. Performs pretty well. These GCM wheels are amazing. I bought these secondhand on eBay, shoot, 6 years ago, and the foams and stuff in these have held up phenomenal. I don't know what they even have in them. I've never had them apart. But Yoda 1 axles, just bone stock. I built this out of spare parts and stuff that was donated to the channel. About the fanciest thing on it is the servo, which was sent to me by, I believe it was Moab RC. Thanks again for that, because that is a pretty nice servo. It's got a lot of torque. And yeah, so I've more hand-me-downs for this truck. I've got this RC4wd drive bumper. Now this is in my parts bin because I had it on a truck before. I can't even remember which Hilux, and it does catch on a lot of stuff. So I don't know how long we'll keep that, but I'm going to throw it on there because this is the only full-length bed Mojave that I have that it'll go on right now. So I figured I need to get it out and use it, because that was a very expensive bumper. I don't have the D-rings on it anymore, and I'm not going to put the receiver hitch in it because that sticks out even further. But we'll give it another shot. Like I said, the ESC, just another Hobby Wing quick run, 1060, cheap. Those are $25 shipped on eBay with the Dean's connectors. I think they're even cheaper with the Tamiya connector. They're great. Nickel metal, LIPO, doesn't matter. Works up to 3-cell. I've got a couple 2200 milliamp. Where are they? I think one's in the 4Runner right now. But it's just a little 3-cell, and they're phenomenal on power. And it really has changed how I do everything with my crawlers. So I've been running stick packs forever. and having that extra power, it changes my decision on motors, and as far as suspension, firmness of things, it's really, yeah, and it's a lot more fun to drive. It's always nice. I always liked having a little more wheel speed. 35. I usually like a 27 turn, but that was just the can motor I had laying around, so that's what we used. And I think this is going to wake that up quite a bit. And the last thing I've got here are some RC4 drive metal sliders. These look just like pretty much the stock ones. Nothing fancy, just single tube. These got some fake rust on them over the years. And yeah, these should just bolt right up. And I took those off of the 4Runner because we had to do some body lift on that a little bit, so they stuck down a little too far. So yeah, and I'm going to dig around a little more too, see if there's any other goodies I can find. But in the meantime, I've got to cut some zip ties off of here. Go ahead and swap the electronics, because some of my zip ties here are in the holes we need for mounting these sliders. But let's get started. So, got all that stuff on. It's pretty simple, nothing groundbreaking here. Had a little trouble with the ESC. Turns out the battery I was trying to use was the low voltage alarm, and it wouldn't allow me to move forward or reverse. So, getting ready to try out the DX5 Rugged. This is actually the first time I've taken it out, so this will be a good tame truck to experience it with. Yeah, I'm not using this battery. I've got one of my small 3 cells charging. So yeah, we'll let that charge up and get the body mounted up. Oh, I am going to do one little thing here. Typically on Trailfinder 2s, you got to take all these screws out of the body mounts. And I like to use set screws. So you get these little guys. If I can get one up here where you can see it. I'm going to Loctite that, and I'm just going to thread them in to the body mounts, and they'll just kind of stretch the body over the edge. Now, like my red Mojave body, I'd done that since I built that truck the first time, and eventually the body stretched out a little bit from prying the sides out every time you take the body on and off, but it makes it so much easier. So this body has some dents and things in the doors, so it actually fits very snugly on the body mount, so I'm not worried about that with this one at all. But yeah, I'm going to put some Loctite on there, and yeah, we'll get this thing outside for a test run. I guess, well, one more thing, I got the body mounts on, and they work perfect. This body fits very snugly over it, so it's not going to go anywhere. But I was digging through some more stuff, and I found this. This is a machined aluminum bumper made to put a winch inside of. This is some old school stuff. I have no idea where I got it from, who made it or anything. But yeah, this chrome Mojave bumper I had on here, something I did, one of the products I tested on here ate the chrome completely. So we can see some of the yellow plastic that's on it from the old yellow Mojave bodies. So we've got roll bar, we've got rock sliders, we've got rear bumper. We might as well have a front bumper. So I'm going to pull this one off. Sadly, this nice aluminum piece only attaches to the body, does not attach to the frame. So it is what it is. It'll look better. Alright guys, the bumper doesn't look bad, doesn't look great, and I'm still not sold on the rear bumper, but we'll see how bad it hangs up. I need a refresher to remember why I took it off in the first place. But I think I've got another Mojave bumper, one that doesn't look nearly as bad, that I can swap on for the other one if I decide I don't like this. Now I did have to clearance things, so that kind of looked better, but it's not really going to affect it if we put a stock bumper back on. So battery's charged, let's get this thing out finally. Alright guys, so I didn't do a whole lot of driving. I don't have the best place to test at, but it's got a lot more wheel speed. And had some problems actually. So my little orange knockoff Savox, my little blue MX, it's identical to the Spectrum SR3100. It even says SR3100 on it. I thought it was the problem with the new ESC I swapped in. I'd plug in the LIPO, it would beep, letting me know it was 2 or 3 cell, and it would engage, and then everything would lose power. And I thought that was the ESC. It was just too much voltage. I tried different batteries, and it would do the same thing. It would work for a minute, and it would stop. Got out there, drove, did 2 clips, and it shut off completely. No steering, no anything. So apparently it was the receiver. So luckily I ordered some of these. I don't know that they're actually real Spectrum. I got them on eBay. They came in a bag, like a computer part type bag. It says Spectrum on it, and but it's the same case, same housing as this. It's got the little Spectrum logo on it even. So I don't know. It works, and that little 2200 3-cell, it has a lot of wheel speed. I flipped it over a few times. Motor was getting kind of hot. You could see quite a bit of spark in the can, but when slow speed crawling, it was fantastic. And the extra power, that servo really needed it. It was nice, smooth, no glitch, no nothing. Slow throttle response was real nice and smooth, precise. No real issues with it now, so hopefully that'll work. We'll keep testing it. Once I get the 4Runner up and running in the next week's video, I will get all these rigs out, hopefully to my new crawling spot if the water is not too high at the lake. Had a long week at work. But anyways, yeah, I like it. I think it's going to work pretty well, and we'll just keep beating on it and see what happens. I didn't have a whole lot of issue dragging the bumper, but once we get on some real stuff, we'll see. But I'm thinking USTE, that's, you know, more scale stuff, so more scale parts. It should be compatible, should work. But who knows? They're making new trails this year, and new bridges. The bridges and things of that nature were phenomenal. So again, check out the link. I'm going to be having a class at USTE this year. It's in end of February. Check out their website. There's a link in the video description. And yeah, keep it scale. I'll see y'all in the next video.